Some things just go together. Wine and cheese, flowers in springtime, and yes, books and bottles. We pair your favorite author with your favorite drink. Your host of Books and Bottles, Benita Johnson.
Hey, welcome to Books and Bottles. I'm your host, Benita Johnson. This is the show where we introduce you to your new favorite author, and we pair with the wine of spirit. If you've been with us before, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back. If this is your first time, you're in for a treat. You're going to meet some great people today, and we're going to talk, and we invite you all to share. So today, I am honored to have two of my homegirls with me today. One has been on the show before. She's my very good friend. If you see me in videos at various wine crawls and wine events, she's the person usually to my right, and she's dancing with me, wine glass in hand, and we're having a wonderful time. We have her back today to talk about her book, hashtag Just For Today. I introduce you to my very good friend, Miss Rita Ricks.
Thank you, Miss Benita. Love being on here
Rita,
with you.
How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
So I'm excited to hear what's going on with you and RitaRicks.com, and especially the book, hashtag Just For Today.
Yes. So, Benita, and you probably don't remember this, but literally back in probably 2012, 2013, you said to me, Rita, you need to be on Twitter. So I'm like, what is Twitter? And you said it's this new platform, because I'm 47, so yeah. It's this new platform, and so you got to get on. I said, well, what do I say on it? You said anything, and so I started writing on Twitter, and I would make a statement, and I would say hashtag Just For Today, because you told me I needed a hashtag, which I didn't know what that meant either. And so over the years, I just kept doing it, not every day, but I think of something and I would put hashtag Just For Today on it. And then in probably about 17 or 18, I actually pulled those things that I've done. I wrote them. I pulled them together to see, and I literally had over 400 hashtags. And so then I just got somebody to pull it all together for me. And you have the original copy. This is the second printing right here. Oh. Yeah. So okay. It's a little bit smaller.
I have to get that.
Yes, it's a little bit smaller, and it doesn't have the coils on the side. So you can like stick it in your purse, because the whole idea of this book is to motivate you. So anywhere I open it, like, for example, spend your time being productive rather than busy.
I just opened to that exact page.
I love it. So we are in alignment for sure.
All the time.
Yep. And here's another one. This one says, include God in your decision making. You can't do it by yourself. You cannot do it by yourself. So I love this, and I'm forever telling my clients to do three things. One is to journal every morning to kind of download what's in your head and get it out. Two is to read something motivational, and I recommend my book, because again, you can do something. There's 365 tasks in here for you. And then of course, the third piece is to go into silence. But I'm excited about this because again, you can carry it in your purse, you can keep it in the car, and I'm really proud of it.
So, as a user of your book, and I've had your book since whatever the first printing was, I got the book immediately. In terms of the journaling, like sometimes me, we've been working together and been friends for a lot of years.
Right.
And I know you've always said journaling, but sometimes people find journaling challenging because we don't know what to say. We don't know what we're supposed to be writing. But what I like about hashtag Just For Today, we can use these things as prompts to kind of help us with the writing. Was that your idea when you did the book?
It was my idea when I started the whole Twitter piece. Let me just suggest something for folks to do. It's like, what should I do? And literally these thoughts came to my head, or this idea, or the different tasks. And so, yeah, it is about how do you connect for the day? Because I think journaling is when you are just waking up and getting in alignment with your spirit for the day. And these hashtag for today quotes are literally just motivating to keep you, to get you in the space, rather than thinking negatively, rather than saying, oh my goodness, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. Well, do one of these. Do one of these. Because we get what we expect. And if we start off in a good mood, we're going to end up at night in a good mood. That I promise.
I love that. So I got a tough question for you, because folks gonna say, okay, you telling us what to do. Who is Rita Ricks?
Oh gosh. So Rita Ricks is a 76-year-old grandmother with 2 grown daughters who have 2 grown daughters. So my granddaughters are 26 and 22, and I love them. I mean, I just love hanging out with them. I love the space that I am in because I'm single. There is nobody in my life, but my friends are so amazing and so supportive. I have a coaching business, and literally today is today, but we just came back from the Bahamas, and we had a burn vision retreat in the Bahamas. And that whole burn retreat started with who? Benita Johnson. She came up with the name of Burn. And we've been doing that since you had the boat.
13. Benita. Yeah, we started 13. So we just celebrated 10 years.
Okay, so it's 10 years. So what my purpose in life is to show women how to remove the barriers preventing them from creating the life they were born to live. And so in doing that, I have to do the same thing. I have to, get rid of any barriers that I have. And so the reason I love what I do is because it teaches me to be better. So as I'm working with my clients, I too am practicing what I suggest. And so health is important at any age, but especially at this age, because 77, is around the corner.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
It is. Wait,
I know. This is January, almost February. I know.
Yes. It's almost Benita Day, then it's Rita Day.
That's right.
So
11,
Rita,
11.
So when you folks are always talking about self-care.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you?
So first of all, I love me, and I take care of me, and I date me. And I do whatever is going to make life easier. So when I went to when I had to go to the airport for Bahama, and the flight left at 5 a.m. and it was 17 degrees outside and it was icy and everything, I had a driver. So the driver came to my house, got my bag, kept me warm while I was in the car, dropped me off at the, the door of the airport. That to me is self-care. It's taking care of me. And it's the same thing with, nails are important. Hair is important. Massages are important, but also getting your house cleaned, so I don't clean my house. I don't even have a vacuum cleaner. That to me is self-care. Anything that is going to make my life easier so that I can enjoy my time with myself, my family, and my friends.
So, it's so many, it's almost like a buzzword, but it's so many folks that take you through different coaching and different practices. And so self-care is one of those things. And that's why I asked you. And I was on something last night, and they brought up this eating healthy. Is also self-care. And that's something that we just take for granted. I try and eat healthy so I don't have to take blood pressure medicine or diabetes pills, but I never think about it as something that I'm doing for myself. I'm going to work on dating me, but I don't like me. I mean, I love me, but I get on my nerves. I don't know if I want to go out with me. So I'm going to see myself.
You just, once a week or so,
once a week. That's probably, I'm a lot. That's probably a lot, but I'm a lot. I probably can handle once a week.
I get it. But Benita,
so I want to talk about being a parent to these adult girls. But before we do that, I want to bring on our wine expert because she's also a parent. And the reason that I drink is because I'm a parent. So we need to go ahead and bring on the wine person. So the wine person today is Miss Donna Marie. And Donna is a blogger in Washington, D.C., where she's a native. But listen, we claim her now in RVA, down in Richmond. And so she's a wine educator. She tastes. She loves to read, so she's perfect for this show. She's done a lot of things over the years to pump up these Black women, Black people of color in general in the wine industry. So without further ado, I introduce you to the timid palate, Miss Donna Marie Taylor.
Yay, Donna.
Wait, she left us. Look, she must went to Donna went to fill up her glass. She went to fill up her glass.
That's exactly.
All right. So until she gets back. Oh,
there she is.
Hey, Donna, unmute yourself.
Sorry about that.
Okay. I figured you went to fill up your glass. We understand. We're two winos. So before we get into you, sis, we are two winos. I want everybody to know I met Rita as I was opening my first wine shop. I met her the night before. So I opened November 8th, 2005. So I met Rita on November 7th, and we have emptied a lot of bottles.
Yes. And I met Rita doing the Blacklist. Remember when Andre and all we had such a good time.
Yes, she's an amazing host. She's an amazing speaker. So if anybody needs her, I can be her driver. I'll get her to the airport, but she's coming. She can come anywhere.
That's right.
And I plan on going to one of your retreats too, because I've been missing them because I was a caretaker for Mama for a while.
Understood.
All right.
Now I'm free a little bit.
Well, I promise you, as a result of this one that was so successful, we are going back to Nassau next January, the 4th week. And I'll tell you the 4th week because I actually did a 21-day fast with no alcohol. So I went through the whole Bahama trip with no alcohol. So we're going a week later so that my fast will be over. Girl, that was
girl. Whew.
Well, my best friend Julie lives there. She does tours.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So we got to get back to this show.
Yes.
So Donna, thank you for being on Books and Bottles. So tell us, first of all, about you and tell us how the Timid Palate was born.
It is a funny story. I answered an ad in Craigslist, something to do part-time, as a taster. Now, y'all know I went up in there at 50 years old and I thought, oh, this is easy peasy. But I went there. The women was dressed so provocative. I'm like, I can't. No, I'm older, conservative. So what I did the day I left the store, I wrote directly to the distributor and told them that, hi, I'm Donna Taylor, Timid Palate. And this is what I can bring to the table. I can do the tastings. I can set up. I can pick it up. And they were like, really? I'm like, yeah. And you just paid me for all of that. And that's how the Timid Palate started.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Because the distributors were just working with really cutesy girls. Yeah. And I wasn't trying to do all of that, Rita and but
and honestly, in my experience, and you ladies say if you disagree, a lot of times, well, especially back in the day, they were just hiring anybody with a cute face, and the ladies or gentlemen, they didn't know anything about what they were pouring.
Right.
Nope.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I got a full education on that and good storytelling, of course, good marketing. And then the person that they paired me with the spirits, they ended up buying stuff off of my table because I would clear out within an hour. Everything would be gone, get my residuals, and I'm out. And they're still working.
That's right.
And I definitely have an affinity. I'm sorry, Rita.
They also didn't look like us either.
Absolutely.
There were none.
Absolutely. And I think, it's important, as with anything else, to have representation. I know when I first opened Grapes and Barley, folks like to come in because, I'm 4'11" and a half, so not intimidating and and friendly, and you could speak to people in plain English. Sometimes
Absolutely.
this wine speak,
Ooh.
the everyday wine drinker, they don't care anything about that. You have to um get down in the weeds to explain why this wine is so dry and why your tongue feels like it was, you scraped it with chalk. They know you could teach them the word tannins, but you got to do more, and you got to do it in plain speak.
And
So,
that's what I
and
did.
that,
I started bringing different things to the table, like pencil sharpening, shreds, just so they can get a really good taste and the understanding of how wine is made. And that just made it fun. I used my teaching skills, my counseling skills. I got to use all that in my marketing skills. And so I was able to just clear the table. In an hour, all the wine was gone. And then my storytelling. And then I said, close your eyes, let's take a trip, and then I would kind of have them to imagine a wine in a dry place, different terrains and minerals and what all that language meant. And I would have them laughing by the third drink, of course. And
Donna,
timid palate came. Someone said, have you ever thought about doing this professionally? I'm like, no. And then I looked into it, of course, and I said, ooh, I like the science of it. So it was the science of wine that I fell in love with. The labels first, then the science of it. And then people just found that story just so interesting. And we had fun. Layman terms. I didn't make it snooty. Nobody likes snooty wine. It's okay. I hang out with the snooties. We have to hang out with them to learn more.
absolutely.
But I made it fun and relaxing. So
That's good.
That's good.
I wrote a blog years ago, and it was called, I always had these ridiculously long titles, and it was called, I would have done better in high school geography if they used wine, because I didn't care anything about geography until you're learning wine, and you know how geography makes the difference, So yeah, I would have got A's in geography had we had wine in 10th grade.
Yes.
So what are we drinking today?
Ooh, thank you for asking. Today we are drinking French. It is called La Futu Du. That's the name. So it is a part of the Constellation brand. And the reason why it's a part of a brand is because the owner, Danye Burston, is the maker of this wine. And he, like you and I, thought that we were so unrepresented in the wine and spirit industry. So we are disruptors. He disrupted the wine industry and said, you know what? I want to try something on my own. He loved Prosecco, but he said, Rose is just as celebratory as well. So the name of the wine itself means that, what was the name of it? I forgot. It means that it's for everybody. We can party. Rose is for everyday celebration. And I love that. I love that. So with that being said, he took a chance on marketing a rose wine, paired up with a winery in France. And then he said, there aren't a lot of us in this industry. So what he did, he decided that he would like to have a brand under a larger brand that did not have any diversity in it at all. Constellation brand has Mondello, Kim Crawford, Nemo, some of the other alcohol spirits. And so he reached out to, what's his name? Chris Paul, the NBA player. And asked him, would he be willing to be an equity partner, because he wanted to do something even bigger, which is to give the brand name a market in being public on New York Stock Exchange. And so once he put the fillers out there just to see, how it would market, and it pretty much sold out. And he had to you have to do at least $100 million if you want to become publicly traded on the stock market.
So this wine is publicly traded.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. All the brands underneath Constellation Brands. This, what do you call
Constellation
it?
Brands is what we're
Yes,
looking
Constellation like the stars.
Okay.
Constellation Brands with an S.
So pronounce the French. Give us the French pronunciation again. I was in Paris for 7 days. I said nothing correctly. So
Well, I'm going to hope that I said it because I kept practicing all day at work. So it's La Foutu Du.
La
So I know the
Fortune.
two. Deux is two. I know that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop saying. So I won't say Lafitte no more.
Lafitte. Lafitte. Is that how you
Can
say
you
it?
spell it? Can you spell it?
LA.
Got that.
FETE.
And then
Oh.
DU. Lafitte do you.
Mm-hmm. And he
But
has
it's,
this nice
there
little
is a
signature
French
on it.
pronunciation that I won't mess up the language.
Well, we're gonna get it right together between the
We
three of
gonna
us.
get it
We're
right.
gonna get it right. Yeah, that's
But
what
we are
makes
not
this show
saying
so
feet.
fun.
We are not saying feet.
And so once I found out that we drink what we love, but now we can drink brands that we can be a part of the company.
That's good.
So
Yes,
over
we can.
the pandemic, I found out that there were feelers for different wine and spirit companies. So I went on and added my money, and now I'm a proud owner, because it's important that we like things, but because he's a man of color, he loves to travel. He also he's a mathematician, believe it or not. Yeah, he's a mathematician. Started out in the math, and then he went to healthcare industry. And then from there, he did like we did. He marketed in the wines and spirits and thought, ooh, there's not enough of us in here. And then he became a disruptor.
That's not enough. And the reason that, I mean, you've been to the Blacklist, Donna, and of course, Rita is a big part of the Blacklist. The reason that we do what we do is to introduce these brands to us so that we know when we're shopping and we're at restaurants and wherever we're buying our wine, we know to ask for them. Because, when I got in the industry in 2005, I didn't know that we
weren't
were
on the
in
shelf. We weren't on the shelf.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know to ask my distributors for XYZ because I didn't know. And so my purpose in this industry is so that you know. But I wanted to ask a question before we finish our show, and this is something we can all do. So we're going to cheers first to you, Donna, for becoming a grandmother just weeks ago.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers. Cheers to you, new grandma. So I wanted to talk, with Rita, because I know she has adult children. I have adult children, so do you, Donna. And Rita also has adult grandchildren. So Rita and Donna, feel free to join in this conversation. How is it different? I don't want to use the word managing, but I guess managing the relationship with your adult daughters versus your adult granddaughters.
So I remind myself often that my granddaughters have a mama, and it's not me.
Okay.
It's not me. And so I need to be upfront, when we're talking, but I will say, you need to check with your mom or blah, blah, blah. And especially if they come to me, mommy's saying blah, 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 blah. And then I try best I can to explain where mommy's coming from,
Okay.
Right.
So I had to learn that early on. And again, with them being this age, they are grown women now and we can have, just really good conversations. And it's just the best gift I could have ever had. It really is. And I'm proud of them, and I can guide them, and I can encourage them, and I can coach them. And I can also say, have I said enough? And they'll go, yeah.
And I'm learning. This is my first time, and I have no experience with girls, ladies. No experience whatsoever. I have 6 boys. I have 2 biologically and 4 stepsons.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to learn all over again. But what I have experienced is that I did not know that you can fall madly in love all over again.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw
It's
her
like
on
being I think
birthday,
becoming a grandparent is like a different type of love,
it is. It
because
is.
as Rita said, we're not the parent,
I'm not the mama.
but we're a part of this.
Yeah. And I
You
can
know.
give and when with my little with the little ones, their mamas used to say, "Who are you? Where's our mother?" Because
Because we're not the same.
You're not our mother. I said, "Oh yeah, I am," because I love these little girls.
Yeah, you're
I
not
love
the
these little
same.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah, those kids, our kids can't compare to how we treat the grandkids. I know I am totally different. My grandson sort of owns me.
Oh,
Oh, I
sort
can
of.
agree.
Sort
I
of whole
agree.
lot. Sort of
I
whole lot.
agree. I agree.
But and I think a part of it, hopefully my daughter's not watching the show, but I think a part of it is me, it's like my get back, right? Because my dad was a big part of how she is. So it's like I'm determined I want to be that person. I want to be the grandparent that my father was.
And that's what I want.
Yes.
I want to be the
Yes.
grandmother that they don't ever, ever, ever forget. And when they were younger, they called me Riri, and now that they're older, they call me Ree. So
Well, I'm Gigi, and I want to be a cool grandma.
That's right.
Because I've been a
That's
stick in
right.
the mud. I had to be serious. I was
Yeah,
serious with my
yeah.
kids. I wanted to do everything right. But now I just want to relax and just be that cool grandma.
That's
because
right.
I was very young with my first son. So we kind of grew up together. And so now this experience is like, Mom, I need you more than ever. He's very easy and laid back. And so the first day he just held me and he looked at me looking at the baby, and I could see him all over again. And that was a great experience. It's nothing like it, Rita and Benita, because you think, oh, I'm not going to make any time for this grandbaby. But you know what? I hit that road so quick. I dropped everything.
Yeah, I know.
And the next day she was born, I was just sitting there like a little kid, like, is it me? Is it my turn yet? Is it my turn?
It's how we are. It's how we are.
I know it's rather ridiculous, but I am very proud. And I tell everybody when Erica was born, I waited 3 days to see if she would get ugly. And she didn't. And so then I told everybody she's the prettiest baby in the world. The prettiest baby in the world. But I did wait 3 days, 3 days.
You know what I say? I look good on other people. So no way can go wrong.
That's right.
I look good on other people.
Y'all are funny. We got to start like the grandma circle. That's another
There
whole
is a
show.
website just for grandma.
Yeah.
I gotta find that website. You gotta text it to me. I want to thank both of you ladies for being on the show. We gotta wrap this up. Rita, where can people get your book?
Okay, so they can go to ritaricks.com and go to the shop. ritaricks.com and go to the shop. And it is hashtag just for today. And if they want me to come and speak with them, I speak to their group. I'm ready to do that. Everything's on the website, ritaricks.com.
And I want to tell folks to stay tuned because you and I have started having small conversations about doing some relaxation type vacations that include wine crawl and what you do. So I know, because I know us, there's a marriage that's coming. So I am excited about it, and we're going to do wonderful things. Donna, I've seen this wine everywhere. So you tell folks where they can get this wine.
Well, now it is featured in Sam's, Total Wines, and also Target, certain Targets, Atlanta Limited. So yes. And that was one of the first wines. Glenn Hurt, Shoe Crazy, was my very first contract that I got the wines in the stores.
Great.
Yeah, that's my girl. Everybody knows I love me some Gwen. She is the distributor for my 3 labels, and I love her. So shout out to Gwen all the time. Absolutely. So I'm gonna hold up the bottle. Look, y'all see my bottle almost empty. Oh. Mind your business. So thank y'all again for being on the show. If we have authors who are watching and you'd like to be a part of Books and Bottles, please send us an email at info@growsprod.com. We love to have you and be on the show and have this kind of fun legally. So thank you again for tuning in. And until next week, here's
Cheers.
Join us, Indie TV, where you will see the talk shows, movies, drama, action, and comedy. Be the first and see it first.